Welcome back to Jack and Tom Save the World. I am, of course, Jack.
And I am, of course, Tom.
And today we have with us a giant tree man sitting across from us in our beautiful new little area Tom and I have set up. But that's not important.
Yes,
because
it's very important.
Shut up. Because Balun is here. Hello, Balun.
Hello, Jack.
Good evening, Balun. How are you?
Good evening. Yes, it is the evening. Did I? Yes, we are sitting here in our retreat, which used to be the office. It now has couches. Balun is sitting on a couch, taking up a whole couch for himself because he's literally 7 feet 9.
6'8".
No, 7 foot 9.
He's 6'8".
7 foot 9 sounds a lot better than 6'8".
He's already tall enough to have problems.
If he was 6'9", that would have been better.
6 foot 8 inches.
There's nothing to do with height.
No.
But in other news, we are also sitting here as two of us are half-vaxxed boys.
Half-vaxxed boys.
Balun is a whole-vaxxed boy.
Whole-vaxxed boy.
And we actually caught up at our vaccination clinic yesterday, and we're all feeling a bit shit today.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a bit rubbish.
Yeah, I mean, no worse than usual after a couple of beers, but you know. But no, that was a very fun experience getting our first dose of the COVID vaccine, Balun getting his second.
That's right.
Balun, how are you actually feeling today? I forgot to ask.
All right. I'm not great.
Feeling all right?
Yeah, I had every symptom. What's it called? Side effect.
COVID.
Possible.
Yeah.
It's
COVID. You got COVID.
COVID.
Spread it to all my family and you now.
Okay, do you have any chest pain?
No.
Heart failure.
I hope not. Every single muscle is aching at this
Achy
point.
boy. Achy boy.
breaky chest.
I just want to curl up into a ball and hide.
Okay, well, you can do that in an hour and a half.
Well, with that piece of depression just pushed off to the side for 10 seconds, sorry, Balun, we move on to news. We've got some interesting news to catch up on this week.
We do, yeah, absolutely.
Some beautiful news.
Yes. So, are you going to start off?
Wow.
You can start off if you want.
Wow.
I don't mind.
Wow. I think we'll just take it off with the biggest news of today.
Oh,
and then we'll move into the biggest news of Tom's life, because he's a loner.
Oh, shut up.
He's pregnant.
I'm pregnant. I have no beard. I have no hair still.
Anyway, so today it came down on the wireless.
No one says that anymore. Like, legitimately, nobody comes down.
Why can't you let me be me?
Because you're wrong.
Why can't you let me be me?
Okay.
Have you guys gotten married yet?
So today, it was revealed via a glorious press conference that the Premier of New South Wales, Gladys Berejiklian, is
Gladys Berejiklian.
But no, Berejiklian. I can't say it properly. You can't say it properly.
Koala killer.
No, thank you. Premier Koala killer. Is stepping down. She's retiring? No, resigning. That's the better word.
Sorry, the vaxxers got to all of our heads, so we have no fucking idea what's going on anymore.
Now, this was a long time coming. This had been kind of prophesized since last year.
Yeah.
I don't know if either of you two know why she's stepping down. Do you?
Didn't she ever? She had a There was a romantic involvement.
Yeah, that's part of it, Balun.
With someone else.
Well, wasn't that it, though, that she was helping his stuff get approved?
Oh, look at that! We got the whole shebang from two different people.
We actually know what's going on.
She's being investigated.
So basically, she had a secret relationship with a backbencher MP. He's the member for Wagga Wagga. And basically, he kept, he was, of course, as an MP would, submitting lots of requests for federal and state grants for the district. And she was basically helping him receive those grants because they were doing the old behind closed doors.
Wait, what was that? Were they opening and closing squeaky doors?
No, they were jumping up and down on the mattress.
Oh.
I like doing that occasionally.
Yeah,
Is it like 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed?
Yeah, 3 little monkeys jumping on a bed.
One fell off and
flew
bumped his head.
Bumped his head.
I do hit my head on
So-
the lot, though.
Yeah, you had on everything.
Basically, after that was kind of revealed, it took COVID kind of took over the media circle, and it's taken
Sure.
up until now for ACCA to kind of catch on and go,
Isn't
no,
it
no,
ICA?
ICA, whatever. We're gonna investigate this. So she's taken what's the word I'm looking for? Pussy way out,
Oh.
and just decided to quit, which is good. I don't like Gladys. Tom knows I don't like Gladys.
I don't think anybody likes Gladys.
I haven't.
Oh,
checked up.
when I tried to bring it up with my mum and I was like, I don't like Gladys Berejiklian, and I'm not trying to be mean to my mum. She said, Jack, you don't know her personally. I've met her, and she's very nice.
She's very nice when she's killing our koalas.
And I said, Mum, that's all well and good, but she's a terrible politician. Well, I said person, and she said, well, Jack, she's not. And I said, okay, fine, she's a terrible politician, whatever. Anyway, I don't like her. I don't like her policies.
So, Jack's mum, if you're listening to this, Jack doesn't give a shit about anything you say.
She defunded forestry, New South Wales, and pretty much caused the Black Summer bushfires last year. So
Yeah, well, you know.
yeah.
At least you didn't fuck off to Hawaii while all that was happening.
Yep. Yeah, ScoMo, the bar is really low. It would actually be really easy for ScoMo to be a really good Prime Minister because the bar is really low.
But that actually kind of leads into a little bit of a side topic, is that ScoMo this week has also asked for all of the borders to be open for Christmas.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
And that's only because he wants to go to Queensland for Christmas.
Is that actually?
No,
Is that the only reason?
He fucked off to Hawaii last time, so why not?
That probably makes sense. It's like, I want the borders to be open, and I want international travel to all be going by
He wants
Christmas.
to go back to Hawaii. He wants to spend the Black Summer again.
What?
Black Summer 2.
What?
In Hawaii.
Black Summer 2?
Yeah. Black Summer 2, Electric Boogaloo.
No, I don't want to. We made it through 2021 summer without, having another round of bushfires. Can we not have that again?
Nah.
Didn't he go somewhere for like Easter or Father's Day or something like that?
He was granted permission to fly back into Sydney from the ACT, which was a bit dodgy because, the borders are supposed to be closed.
COVID hotspots and shit, but
But,
whatever.
he's the Prime Minister. The rules do not apply.
That's it.
And, of course, there'd probably be some angry commenters if some conservative listen to this as well. Well, he's above that. He can do what he wants. He runs the country. And to that I say...
Does he though?
Does he though?
Well, yes,
I mean,
he does
I don't-
run the country.
Well, I mean,
does he
there's
though?
difference between looking like you run the country and actually running the country.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he is the former.
That's what
But sorry, we're keeping you up.
Yeah, this ScoMo crap is just getting me all.
Well, that's all we have time for.
Balun's gonna go to bed.
That's it.
Alan's got to sleep because his left arm is hurting from the vax.
Oh, my left arm is not hurting.
Oh.
It's just everywhere else.
Did you get it in your right?
No, it was in my left.
Oh, you got it in your left.
Who gets it in their right arm if they're right-handed?
Left-handers.
No, but if you're right-handed, why would you get it in your
I
right?
don't know. Some people crack under pressure, and right-handers will say, "Yeah, my dominant hand is left," because they're scared of needles, like Jack.
Okay, I have to put this out there because I said in a previous episode, and I was supposed to be talking about news, but in a previous episode, I said I was scared of needles, and guess what? I was the only one out of the 3 of us to not cry yesterday.
Neither of us cried.
You cried, and I saw Balun weeping coming out of the.
Neither of us cried.
You lie! You lie!
You have dreamed this up.
No,
in some
I have
sort
not.
of
This is not some COVID
some
vaccine
sort of-
fever dream.
some sort of fever wet dream.
No, this is
for
not,
us wanting
no,
to cry.
You actually cried. You had tears in your eyes.
Fuck off! I did not.
Jack, you're such a toaster, bro. Like,
What? Yeah, Balun sends me
What's a toaster?
He sends me a Snapchat yesterday. Look at these 2 toasters.
What's a toaster?
He's meant to say tosser.
but it got
They got autocorrected to toaster. And I'm like, why?
We're
Are we
gonna
toasters?
use that from now on.
But
toasters.
Balun was a little bit gay yesterday. I think the vax turned him
Whoa!
gay.
Don't expose
Whoa!
me. Don't expose me.
No, because I Snapchatted him back and I was like, oh, why are we toasters now? And he's like, yeah, because you're hot or something, I don't know.
What am I supposed to say to that?
Oh, that's right. I did say that was a bit gay.
Yeah.
That's a bit gay.
It's a bit.
Podcast
It's just a
cancelled now.
little bit gay.
And that's it. The podcast is cancelled.
Yeah, that's it. I'm surprised Israel didn't cancel the podcast.
I am also surprised.
He actually got us our biggest download.
So Israel, if you're listening, which I know you're not because you don't listen to anything else apart from your own episode, thank you very much, and also please don't get us cancelled again.
Yay!
Was he tame? I can't remember if he was tame or not.
He was pretty tame.
Yeah, okay.
He was good though.
It was a good one.
What do you do? Can you stop?
Jack likes the...
Can't
look
be
of his own arms.
tamed.
Alright, is that all you have to say about
Yeah,
good old
she's
koala killer?
retiring. She's retiring. She bungled
Resigning.
Resigning. She's resigning. She bungled the Delta outbreak.
course.
It's a good thing that she's gone. I think we now have to suffer through John Braz Bellalario being temporary premier until the Liberal Party picks votes a replacement, and then we have an election next year, which for the state, I don't know. Well, we don't. New South Wales does.
When is the next actual election?
It was in 2018, and we have them. Oh no, that means ours is next year because we have them every 4 years
so
for the state.
State election next year.
And then actually, I think we have a federal election next year as well because they're every
sure?
3 years, and the last one was in 2019.
Yeah, no, that would be correct.
Yes, it would be.
Good math. Good job.
Good math, quick math.
I don't keep up with this. I just go along and be like, yeah, cool.
Same, yeah. Just vote.
I'll tick your name.
You know, you just vote for the marijuana party every year and stuff like that.
Or the sex party.
Oh, I did vote for the sex party last year.
They actually have good policies surrounding tax reform.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. I thought you were going to say
It's because they have sex in their title.
Good policy. Good policy.
Good sex policy.
Tom, you wanted to talk about Russia.
I do want to talk about Russia.
Okay, he didn't actually cry yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, but I think you might actually see him cry when he talks about this. When he talks about this, because guess what? It's F1.
Oh, F1's again.
F1's again, and Balun's gonna freaking go
Balun-
and have a. He's gonna have a sleep.
Balun, you can legit have a sleep because I'm gonna go on a little tirade for a little bit. All right, so last weekend, as everyone know, well, as a lot of people know, F1 watchers would know, we had the Russian Grand Prix, so we were racing in Sochi last week.
Oh my god!
And oh my god, I had the heartbreak of all heartbreaks. We were so damn close after Lando Norris, my favorite driver, put his car on pole in qualifying. He then got to the race. He led majority of the race. It started raining. Everybody else went in for intermediate tyres. Lando said, no, shut up, to his engineer. Don't do it. No intermediates. He then lost his grip, and Lewis Hamilton takes over. Lewis Hamilton then wins a race for his 100th podium. Max Verstappen, out of fucking nowhere, comes up and just takes second place. And then you've got Carlos Sainz from Ferrari on P3. Lando goes all the way back down to position 7. And I think I lost my voice. I have never...
He was Devo.
I have never yelled or screamed so much at the TV to see that happen. Because I was
Devo.
That's the first time I've ever watched an F1 race and gone to bed and actually felt deflated from the race. All the other times are just like, yeah, whatever, like it doesn't really matter. But this was a big one for, because it could have been, we had Ricciardo win the Italian Grand Prix.
We did
2 weeks ago.
We did,
and we could have had Lando take out the Russian Grand Prix.
Yes.
For double wins for McLaren.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that just didn't happen, and that was just. It gutted me. Absolutely gutted me this week. I hated it. I hate Sochi. Don't ever want to watch it again, but I will next year because I'm a diehard F1 fan.
So now that you've had that little ramble, you gonna admit that your lover boy, Mr. Lando Norris, made a terrible rookie mistake?
Oh no, I even said to you.
Oh no, but this is for the viewers.
Yeah,
Listeners.
What I'm gonna say.
Watchers.
Viewer.
Subscribers.
Shut up! I even said to you while we were when the race had finished, I said that Lando was at fault. He should have gone in for the intermediates.
Oh, yes.
He probably could have made up enough time if he'd gone in first to still come out first in front of Lewis.
Yes.
But he didn't. He lost himself, and the team lost him. Like, it was Lando and the team. They both could have made compelling cases about that. But at the end of the day, Lando didn't win.
Excuse me.
That's just how it was, and that's that's the Russian Grand Prix for you.
That's the Russian Grand Prix. Is that all you're going to sum up about the Russian Grand Prix?
I'll drink to that.
That's absolutely bloody lovely, because that was just a lot of depression coming from Tom.
I was actually quite upset.
Emotional feelings is what it is, Jack.
Emotional fit. What are these emotions that you speak of?
Anger and frustration.
Are those? Is that what emotions are?
I think I went through the 6 stages of grief.
Like
I honestly think I went through the 6 stages of grief.
Like all at once.
All at once, within like 30 seconds. It was just.
That's
like,
ridiculously impressive.
I know. I'm very good at emotional growth.
Growth. Oh. I didn't think you had it in you.
Huh.
No, me neither. But to be sure.
Interesting.
Jack, is there any other... Balun, do you have any news?
Do you have any news, Balun?
Well, I did, but I couldn't find it again.
Is this your bloody awful thing that you brought up for football?
It's
awful?
not actually awful.
No.
I think what he was trying to say. Well, actually, no. You know what? I'll let Balun explain.
I don't even remember where I saw it or how long ago it was, because I just looked it up then. And it was like a year ago.
Oh wow.
They were talking about changing the AFL. And how they got the W League as well for the women's.
Yeah, AFLW.
They were going to change it to be AFLM for the men's one, and AFLW for the women's one. Look,
actually, no. That makes sense.
sense.
Makes it more inclusive.
Yeah, I couldn't find it, so I can't really.
It makes it more inclusive.
No, it makes
so it's
it
not
easy.
AFL.
It makes
AFLW. It's more
sure,
inclusive.
but it just makes it easier to. Well, it was already inclusive because we already have AFLW.
Are you about to vomit? Sounded like you're about to puke.
I'm gonna vomit. No, it just makes it easier to discern the two now. I don't give a
I don't give a shit.
bloody
I don't give a shit
football
about AFLW.
bloody
Jack
football.
says.
Bloody football fans will just go after everything. AFL could like change the logo color and people would go bunter. They could change the font and people would go bunter. They could change the title sponsor and get rid of Toyota and like bring in Kia and people would go bunter.
They could give Port Adelaide back the prison bars. And oh shit, that's
but
Collingwood.
it was Collingwood first.
No, it wasn't.
People would just go bunter over everything. Bloody people went bunter when they put Aboriginal R on the Crows jerseys.
Yeah,
and people were like...
Isn't that only the away jerseys?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And,
that's good, though.
But even people were like, oh, what was the point of changing the jersey?
What about the Port Adelaide jerseys that were the same
These
as
are
Collingwood or whatever?
These are the same footy fans that, like, buy, I just want to call it the mosh pit because it's the worst part. It's the worst place to sit at an AFL game.
What, like down the
on the
bottom?
boundary? On the boundary.
Yeah, on the boundary.
So I just call it the mosh pit because the mosh pit sucks at a concert.
Yeah, up in the Bradman stand.
Yes,
That's where you sit.
The Audi Stadium Club's where it's at, boys and girls.
Sorry, we're not all made of money.
Stadium Club's where it's at. Anyway,
I could never sit in one of those.
These are the same
sections.
fans that will yell racist rubbish at just about anyone who's not a porcelain doll on the field.
Yeah.
Like, they'll see anyone mildly tan and they'll throw anything they can think of at that person. It's bloody... AFL fans can, like, I don't know, suck a chode.
There are actually some AFL fans that, like... Because I think AFL is one of those sports, unfortunately, that still has quite a lot of present racism. I think that's what?
You're just a bit echoey, that's all, Tom.
Oh, my God.
That's better.
Sorry.
Yeah, Tom.
God, I'm a shit bloke.
I'm going to do a cut here. I'm going to pause for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Keep it anyway.
Lots of ingrained racism. I agree, unfortunately. And I wish we could undo it.
We can't, though.
I know, we're just back at the discussion
Just
we
like
were
we
having
can't
last
undo
week.
sexism.
Last week with Abby, we can't undo sexism.
Anyway, look.
Anyway.
I think... is that news? That's news.
Yeah, that's
isn't it?
news.
All right.
I
look.
said we had a lot of news, not a
News.
lot of news.
And now we're going to move on to our topic. Balun, would you like to
So-
introduce the topic for today?
The
'Cause
topic was more of a story at the same time. This was a few weeks ago.
Nice.
It's a transgender. You may have heard of this. I don't know if you spoke about it on another episode.
I've heard of a transgender, yes.
Transgender MMA fighter
Oh, here we go.
in the women's
Yes.
league, and he demolished.
Hey.
Sorry.
Whoa. Balun's
You
getting us
cancelled.
cancelled for the second time.
Pronoun check.
Anyway, no, it's just a slip of the tongue. We're all good.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Used to be in the U.S. Army Special Forces,
Oh.
and then they decided to go to MMA, but not as a man. They transitioned.
Yeah, the transition
as a
to a
woman.
woman. Yeah.
And you want us to just discuss it?
Should that even be a thing that they let happen?
Okay, so I'll just. Tom might have some more thoughts, so I'll just come out with my take just real quick. Yes, it is a thing that should happen.
And that was Jack's take.
There we go.
Yeah, no, I'm in total agreement. I mean,
there we go.
I think there's definitely, like, there's broader discussions to have about it, and that's probably one that we can get into now. But obviously, like, from my perspective, if someone is born biologically a man and they believe that they, that they better suit a woman or identify as a woman and they transition or want to be known as she, as like her, she, or she, her, instead of he, him, that's their prerogative to do so. That's totally fine. If they want to go out then and participate in women's sports, I think ultimately that's...
All men's sports.
All men's sports. That's something that we should allow them
But
to
is
do.
it fair to the women?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But, because the thing is, you could argue, is it fair to the women that are already in that sport that a man who has transitioned into a woman, like coming into their sport and dominating that sport, is that fair? You also have to look at it from the other side and go, is that woman who used to identify as a man, if you say, well, you have to compete with the men, but you don't fit, but like you don't believe that, like you identify as a man, how is that fair that they have to go through that just because of the sex or the gender that they were born with?
Would
Yeah,
it not
and then
be
there's-
better to have their own separate thing? Because at the end of the day,
yeah, but then we got
They've had
then we
all
got a
these
slippery
years
slope.
and like at the end of the day, men will develop that kind of strength a little bit faster than women.
So there is the argument on terms of the differences in biology, and I know Tom said born a man. You're born genetically
Male.
XY really, not male or man. It's more of a construct by society. And yes, if you have those specific,
No, it's not really a construct of society.
It is.
No, it's based on genitalia.
Yeah, so back in the day, we took a look at the two most prominent babies that came out of women, except for intersex people who are just as valid as everybody else.
Yeah, of course.
But we took a look and we said, okay, the one with the penis we'll call male, and the one with the that thing we'll call female.
Vagina.
Yeah,
Can you just say the word?
Well, they
Jack's a
didn't
bit
like
scared
saying
of
it
that
back
word.
then.
Say the word.
No, they didn't like saying it back
Yeah,
then.
but say the word.
vagina.
Yeah, there you go. It's fine.
Anyway,
Proud
so
of you, Jack.
It's not a dirty word. It's
So
a
back
part
then-
of genitalia.
So back then, they went, okay, if you're born with a penis, you're
a
male.
male.
And if you're born with a vagina, you're female. We created the terms of what they mean.
Yeah, of course.
So it's a societal construct.
It is a societal construct.
Being man
I
or
agree with
woman is societal construct. There's no such thing. There is such thing as biological gender, which chromosomes you have. That's unchangeable. That's in your DNA, right? And no one's disputing that in the trans community. A lot of like talking heads or like the conservatives that love to go, oh, they're teaching 4-year-olds about being gay and trans. It's not good. We should just let kids be kids.
Well, fair enough.
See,
I'm gonna go on Joe Rogan's podcast and get high and talk about the transness. Huh?
Elon?
No, he just kind of got high and then
he got high and said nothing.
said nothing for 2 hours.
But the thing about that is that a lot of people go, we shouldn't be teaching kids about being gay and being trans at such a young age. Why not?
Well, we should.
We should be, because if they grow up, they have to grow up knowing that there are other options out there. And look, if someone decides that they want, if someone decides that they are gay,
Yes.
not that it's a decision. Sorry, I said that wrong. If someone,
I have decided I like men.
Okay, sorry. Let me.
Congratulations, Jack, for coming out.
Yep.
Thank you, Balun.
Let me reverse and say that another way. If someone is gay, they need to know from a young age that that is okay. It's
Just like you're taught from a young age that being straight is okay.
Yeah, just like the slogan, it's okay to be gay, because it is. Absolutely nothing wrong with you. If you're a man that likes men or a woman that likes other women, good on you. If you're a man that likes men and women or a woman that likes women and men,
the women and the men and the
good on you.
So we're just going into the gay premium LGBTQ plus zone.
You're a good little flippy flop. Keep going. No, but we should be teaching kids about that.
Well, yeah, and we should be teaching kids that you can be trans and still do what you want to do. Balun.
I just don't think it's necessarily fair.
Ooh.
That's what.
Oh,
Can you explain why you don't think it's fair?
Well,
without getting us cancelled.
And
I
you-
hate women. I don't.
No.
Give it a crackhead look right now.
I just.
Death. COVID.
That was a cough.
Oh, boys, we're gonna get tested now.
Shit. You're positive.
I just like.
For life.
Also for COVID.
So you don't think it's fair?
Sorry.
I just don't.
Sorry, go on.
Because
Why?
men do develop strength, I guess, not faster, but you know what I mean? Like biologically, it's just
So,
I don't
yeah.
know how to word what I'm trying to say.
No, biologically, men are stronger. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, kind of, but you know,
Now I feel how Abby felt last week.
except for you, Tom.
I
you know.
feel personally
yeah,
attacked.
yeah. Look, males develop strength faster than women, except for me.
Except for
I don't know. I've seen some very strong ladies on the web.
oh, for sure.
Look,
Not in a creepy way, like
I've seen some very strong
MMA
ladies,
fight, like
my son.
MMA, like women in MMA, women in the Olympics.
Well, have a look at Ronda Rousey. even
She's
though-
built like a tank.
She is built like a tank, but she is very, very strong.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, it's more about how you feel as a person rather than what your actual sex identity is. And I think if there is the thing is, take Caitlyn Jenner for example.
Didn't she change back?
No,
she
no,
hasn't.
she
No. She's running for governor of California now.
Of course, yeah.
No, but take her for example. She was like a track and field runner back in the 80s, under her dead name, which I'm not going to say
I
because
can't even remember.
yeah, which I'm not going to say. But she was a very, very successful Olympic track runner, and then she transitioned. Now, if she decided that she wanted to come in and go, I want to run with the women in the Olympics, first of all, she wouldn't be able to because she's like 70. So no.
Inclusivity. Come on, Tom.
No, I'm just saying, don't.
she's like just gone 55 or something, Tom. Jesus.
Oh my god, are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure.
I'm googling. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's good.
I'm gonna take a quick break and I'm gonna Google this because I just kind of want to be right. Caitlyn Jenner. 71.
Oh, is she actually?
Hey, she's 71.
Well, not at the time. She wasn't. Obviously.
She wasn't at the
An
time.
idiot.
No. But
Bloody good for 71.
but if she decided, okay, I'm gonna run track and field again, or track, and I'm gonna run it with the women because I identify as a woman. I don't think it's particularly fair that we would stop her from doing that and say you have to run with the men. Even though she was born by society's constructs a man, she is now a woman. She has transitioned. She identifies herself as a woman with she/her pronouns, and that's the end of it. Because if we're not going to be inclusive of everybody, we're inclusive of nobody. And I think that's what I want to say.
And her opponent did agree to the fight. In all fairness.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. Like you can be a woman that fight. You can be a trans woman that fights a woman, because unlike J.K. Rowling, I agree that trans women are real women.
Very real women.
Like they have, it's fine. Just because they may not go through some of the similar processes as other women do.
Oh, but Tom,
does not. No. Just wait.
Hang on.
Does not mean that they're any less of a woman than a biologically born woman.
Why are we lecturing Balun?
We're not lecturing Balun.
What are you?
I'm
not you
putting.
Student.
I'm putting my point across.
Yeah, you shoved it down my throat.
Oh, sorry,
Fucking bitch.
Miss Chula.
So it usually comes down to, for like most people, it usually comes down to testosterone. That's the big problem. As testosterone...
Jack has none.
That's the one I was trying to say. Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, I'm a low T beta and proud. Thank you very much. Anyway, my testosterone levels... Testosterone? Testosterone.
Oh, I've got low
It's a
testosterone.
new pasta dish that I've invented of testosterone.
I'm low on testosterone. Can you pick some up from the shop?
What does that
Anyway,
look like?
my testosterone is fine.
It looks like penne, but
It's fine.
it's a bit more limp.
Anyway, it usually comes down to that because, yes,
Yeah.
sustained use of a hormone.
Of a drug.
Sustained...
Sustained.
Okay, look,
I'm gonna be
when you've
sustained.
got the right chromosomes, your body produces quite a bit of testosterone. Right? In a male body, you got all that testosterone flowing.
It's not a dirty word. You can
Testosterone.
say male.
No,
it's
I
okay.
said male. I don't
Feminists like
No.
Feminists
I
wouldn't
say
disagree,
male and female because they're the
Oh, sorry.
what?
I say male and female because they're the sexes, but man and woman are genders.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So
Male and female.
Balin's looking at me like, whoa.
What does this even look like for you? Because I can see one of you with one eye.
I just see your eyes above the
Yeah, we can
microphone,
literally
do it.
see your eyes, and I can see your ear and your chin. That's it. There you go. Now you look like Melman from Madagascar.
I have a CAT scan.
Have an appointment.
I was trying to say something before, and you rudely cut me
Sorry.
off. Balun.
Testosterone.
Oh no, you. Sorry, I just
Yes,
automatically apologize.
yes.
It's usually me.
Testosterone promotes
Growth.
muscle growth
There we
more than a lot of other things. But
50% there.
we have seen so the main discrepancies come is in a trans woman, how long were they naturally producing testosterone? And if someone who's trans is able to get on puberty blockers early enough, they don't actually produce any testosterone and they don't go through puberty at all, like for that age. And then when they hit 18, they can get prescribed estrogen and they trans, or vice versa. Don't have any estrogen, then take testosterone. And you grow hair all over your body, or if you take estrogen, you get boobies. That's pretty much hormones, and I'm
laughing at, dude.
Balun.
Boobies.
I can see why some people think it's unfair.
It's just the way that he said boobies.
Boobies.
Like it's not.
Boobies.
You can just say breasts
No, that's too.
No, that's way
or vulgar.
or
Too-
boobs.
No, way too mature for me, Tom. I can't say breasts.
What about titties? Dude. It's not like we haven't all thought it.
Dude.
No, actually, that sounded weird coming from your mouth. Please don't.
I'm lost, dude. I don't know what's going on.
All right, are we good? Are you good with
Are
that
we good?
topic?
Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Or do you have any other questions?
Do you have any other questions that you want to ask us? Because we're
Yeah.
A woke
we're
soy
a bit
boy.
woke.
A woke soy boy and a gender
Why
abolitionist.
can't you fix your damn audio? No.
Our audio's fine.
I
Fuck
know
off.
it is, Jack. It's okay. I'm just joking around with you.
I can control all of this now.
Moving on. Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on. I think Balun will have a little bit more to say because we were just kind of lecturing him through that.
That's it.
He has brought us a film.
A film.
A movie.
Yes.
Foot's gone to sleep. Sorry.
Movie duvet.
His foot's gone. So the movie, My Foot's Gone to Sleep. Sorry.
By James Cameron.
Breaking news.
So-
This
so-
just in. Balun's foot has gone to sleep.
So what's the film, Balun?
It is Avatar.
From?
James Cameron.
Thank you.
Not the bald one with the fire. The fire
Not
and the
Avatar
water.
The Last Airbender.
Not Avatar: The Last
and the
Airbender.
air and the water and the Fire Nation attack.
Have you actually ever watched The Last
When I was like 10 in the mornings before school.
So Avatar came
Nice.
out in 2009.
It did.
It stars a bunch of people I didn't know in 2009, but have since become a bit more.
It's got Sam Worthington.
It's got Sam Worthington in it.
Does?
It's got Michelle Rodriguez in it. It's got Sigourney Weaver in it.
That's the one.
It's got
Sigourney Weaver.
It's got she plays
Does Sigourney Weaver do the voiceover for Portal
Zoe
as well?
Saldana.
no, Zoe Saldana, thank you. No, she is not the voice of GLaDOS. She did the computer voice for Wall-E though.
That's what I'm thinking of. I thought it was
Yeah,
Portal.
no.
Was
She's
Wall-E-
not. She's
Wall-E
not
and Portal
GLaDOS.
are so close together.
She's not GLaDOS.
I didn't know Wally was voiced by a woman.
Wall-E.
No, she's the voice of the Axiom computer in Wall-E. Sigourney Weaver.
Sorry.
Anyway, Balun, do you want to describe us the plot and the
Plot?
phenomenon that was Avatar?
Well,
Yeah, tell us.
the plot of Avatar is the humans. We've done a really good job. We have destroyed practically everything green
Beautiful.
on our
Right.
planet.
Love it. Let's
and
keep
now
going.
we need to. I don't remember what year it was set in. But
Oh, who cares?
It's way in the future. And now we have to go out and find some form of resource that will allow us
Yeah.
to do the power and the
Yeah,
electricity and stuff.
diamondylium.
Do the
power. Dual power. Win.
They find the moon of Pandora, which has. It's pretty much like Earth.
Which has a box.
Yeah.
Which was stolen from Borderlands.
Shit.
Yep.
And they get there, and there's a bunch of natives, and then it's like, yo, we don't like you, and they start fighting.
Oh.
Essentially. But
Yeah.
the resource they find on that moon is conveniently called unobtainium.
Because it's unobtainable.
Yeah. And they need it. They need to get their hands on this stuff because it's really good at
But they can't 'cause they can't
electricity or
obtain it.
whatever. They can't do it because all the largest deposits of the stuff are underneath the main big
Yeah.
homes of the Na'vi.
The Soul Tree.
Home tree.
Home
about
Tree.
Soul
Sorry. Soul Tree. So it's Pocahontas.
Yeah. Just with blue people instead of
Yeah.
humans.
So it's I know it's kind of like a basic like woke criticism, but this is like one of the most stereotypical white savior films that's been made in like in modern past like the 60s and 70s. They didn't make a ton of like white savior films. Like
Yeah.
Pocahontas was kind of one, but it was kind of telling like a semi fairy tale version of the English invasion of North America. But like, yeah, this is literally a albeit crippled dude. Like, okay,
He's in a wheelchair.
James Cameron gets
Meals on wheels.
brownie points for making Sam Worthington crippled. But then, yeah, literally is like neurologically connected to a clone of the natives, which now that I'm older is so fucked. Like, can you imagine if like the US Army, when they were fighting Native Americans, and they were like, okay, we need to destabilize their civilization, so we're gonna take a white person's brain and transplant it into a dead Native American, and then send that Native American into the camp, befriend them, and convince them to leave. That's so fucked.
Well, the RDA didn't do a very good job of it because they just put normal human clothes on the guy and sent him off. Gives him a
That's
machine
actually
gun,
really
like,
true. They did just send him in
Yeah.
like giant human clothes and a gun, and then gets attacked by a black dog.
Thanator.
Oh.
That's what it's called.
Not Thanos.
No. It's a bit
So,
more black than Thanos.
After my just little ramble there about the plot being just a little formulaic and white saviory,
Just want to enjoy the plot, dude. Don't ruin it for me.
it's also really long. It's too long.
The movie?
Yeah.
I didn't even take notice because I was just watching it.
Okay. The score is really average.
I would agree to that. It's all right in some spots.
And I find the James Cameron's direction very bland. I haven't liked anything James Cameron made since T2.
Since Titanic.
No, I don't
Titanic
even
2?
like Titanic. T2.
Damn it.
Transporting.
Transformers.
Judgment Day.
Oh,
Terminator 2.
sorry. you say
T2. It's called... the official title is T2 Judgment Day.
Yeah, but also T2 was the second Transporting film.
They made a second Transporting
Yeah,
film?
they've made a second Transporting.
Let's just agree it was
Why?
Transformers 2.
Anyway, so
Transformers with Shia LaBeouf.
yeah,
and let's move on.
I don't like this film like a lot.
You don't?
I think the CGI and the computer wizardry that James Cameron cooked up is pretty incredible.
Wasn't it ahead of his time as well? I didn't
Yeah,
really watch very many movies.
It's nuts, the level of detail in this film. And I remember seeing it in a packed theater all the way back in 2009 in 3D.
I was going to say, was it 3D?
It was, because everyone saw it in 3D.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
because I did exactly the same thing when it came out. I went to see it with my parents.
yes.
And it was actually a bit unfortunate because we got halfway through the movie and then there was a blackout at Hoyt Cinemas. So then
That was just...
so we
Bloody TTP.
so we couldn't see the rest of it. So then we went back another time and watched all of it.
but
And look,
that was when Hoyt's. If you were at Hoyt's TDP,
yeah, it was.
that Hoyt sucked back then.
Oh,
It was-
sorry, I'll
it
just
was
go to
so-
Event Cinemas
it
at
was-
Marion.
No, I saw it at Hoyt's Norwood. Thank you very much.
God.
Hoyt's Norwood. That's when the extreme screen was was actually really big and the auditorium was huge. And now it's really small.
But see, what I like, because I'm going to chime in here now because
Yes,
you've
do
been
it.
talking for far
Do
too long.
it, and then we'll get
Okay.
Balin's opinions.
We'll get Balin's opinion afterwards. Because what I I don't hate this movie. It's not the most enjoyable movie I've ever watched, but I don't hate it. I would probably give it like a 7 out of 10, just because of I did enjoy it. There were parts in it that were nice.
the sexy
the
scene
steamy hair sex.
the steamy hair sex.
that they then used to communicate with animals.
Yes.
But I kind of have to agree with Jack about the whole white savior plot line, and I'm not a big fan.
It's also the same plot as Fern Gully.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, we're gonna have to get you to watch Fern Gully. Fern
I'm not
Gully's
a
great.
movie
Have you,
goer.
but you know Pocahontas though.
Yes.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I
So
was child
it's
when I
kind of
watched
it's a mix of Pocahontas, which is your white savior film.
Indian
you-
girl, yeah.
Yeah, and then Fern Gully is about a really evil coal company that wants to bulldoze a forest.
Oh, so it's literally Avatar.
Yeah, but it was made in the 80s, and it had Robin
Okay.
Williams in it.
And
It's
doesn't
great.
have, and doesn't have Sigourney Weaver in it.
It had Robin Williams in
So
it.
that kind of gets a point.
I'm blind.
No, I wasn't.
see.
I also wasn't a big fan of Sigourney Weaver.
No, she's a
In
bit
this film.
boring. She's
She's a bit shit. Sam Worthington can't act to save his life.
at all in any film that Sam Worthington.
I hate him. I hate him a
What
lot.
has he been in?
Nothing.
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 I hate him in this film. I really do. But I mean, apart from that, 7 out of 10. Balun, let's quickly throw to you. We've got a little bit of time left. What's your opinion of the film?
Well, when I sat down and watched it again, because I play an Avatar game on my phone,
Oh, of course you do.
so that's kind of influences my opinion of that because I really like the game as well. But I think I wasn't looking at the plot. I was just watching the film
Yeah.
because I'm not a reviewer. I just sit there and watch the thing. And
See, we're not reviewers either. We just take it upon ourselves to overanalyze movies.
I don't have the experience you do
Yeah, fair enough.
of only
Fair enough, Your Honour. Proceed.
that stroke side effect of the COVID jab.
Okay, so if you were to give this film an out of 10 rating, because I've already said 7 out of 10, what would you give it?
I'd probably give it a 7 or an 8. Yeah.
7 or an 8?
I mean, I was looking at more of the CG and the sounds because
Yeah.
that's my thing. And I was getting PTSD every time one of the creatures made a sound, and it was the same in the game. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
what do I do? I think the sound is really solid, and
Yeah.
the creature design, because you have to, when you're making that stuff, you have to make it in a way that feels alien, but
Yeah.
also believable.
He put in way too much effort into building Pandora, and a lot of that effort's now going to pay off, which we'll talk about once he
In Avatar 2,
just
6 years from now.
Yeah. Once COVID.
all that
more.
character work that he did, and all that is really impressive.
I think, yeah, I like the acting from some of them, not all of them.
Like
I think
who?
the Na'vi language is pretty cool. They actually
Yeah.
went ahead and did all of that. I think it's kind of nice.
They do it for a lot of
I
sci-fi
was
stuff.
just looking at like all the visuals and the sound.
Yeah,
and
I
going,
know.
"Ah, that's cool. That looks
Ah.
nice. A lot of detail, like with the hairs. That's weird. Who the hell thought up that?
Yeah, who
James
thought,
Cameron.
who thought up we're going to have sex hair?
It's like, oh, you want to ride a horse? Stick your dick in it. Stick your dick in a horse.
It's unfortunately how it appears to work
Pretty
in
much
Avatar.
how it works.
Yeah.
So then, this film, despite 4 out of 10. I really could not care about this
Such a
film
critic.
at all. Anyway, this film made a literal fuck ton of money.
It's the most.
It was briefly dethroned by Avengers Endgame,
Okay.
and then it got re-released in China by Disney, who now owns Avatar. So Disney re-released it in China, and now it's once again the highest-grossing film. So Disney doesn't care. They have the 2 highest-grossing films of all time. Disney's
absolutely.
happy.
Disney will just buy up anything that does well, though.
So then, of course, after this film made a lot of money, like James Cameron wanted to make sequels, like all of that character design, all of that lore he made about Pandora. I think there's still the website still up, and you can go read all the lore.
Yeah.
I think Avatar 2 was announced in 2012
It was-
or
it was
2011,
And we're still waiting.
and it was supposed to come out in 2014.
They didn't have the technologies available. At
That
the
was
time,
that was James Cameron's initial launch, and then it moved from 2014 to 2016, and then literally just kept getting pushed back a year. 2017,
kinda like the
2018,
new Bond
2019, 2020, 2021, and now it's coming out apparently
theoretically.
at the end of next year. I don't know. And then
I don't have a lot of faith.
of course he's been shooting Avatar 3, 4, and 5
So
as
he
well.
started on all of
Oh,
them.
fucking hell.
And Disney has staggered, thank God, instead of just releasing a new Avatar film every Christmas, they've actually staggered Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5 with more Star Wars films for each Christmas.
Nice.
So there's a Star Wars or an Avatar film until 2030 each Christmas.
Nice.
So it's a franchise people care about, and another one that's died.
Well, see, that's the problem. This year
We'll be
is
33 by the time that's
this
all
movie
finished.
came out 12 years ago.
He lost.
And we still haven't gotten this prophesized sequel. And the technology that you mentioned before that they didn't have was motion capture underwater.
For water, yeah.
They wanted to, for some reason, capture people swimming
Yeah.
with a motion capture camera.
Because that's important.
So you can go look at the photos of bloody Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Kate Winslet, and Sigourney Weaver, who's died in this one, but is somehow in the sequels.
Oh, that's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. They're literally bringing back Quaritch as well.
Who's
Colonel
that?
Quaritch, the big bad.
Oh, he died too.
He died, and they're bringing him back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great. So yes, you can go look at all the set photos of them in a big blue pool with their motion cap gear on, and I can sit there and go, I don't actually know if this movie is coming out.
I don't
It's a
think.
bit late though. 'Cause
Dude,
they've waited so long.
because these movies were being filmed and moving into post-production while Disney was buying Fox. So a lot of the funds that's actually being spent on these films is being spent by Disney at a total of $1 billion for all 4 films.
Oh my god.
So, 4 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7, I think.
Do you actually think Avatar 2 will be any good?
As good as, as popular as the good one? I don't think so. It's been so long, and you can see they're trying to hype it up again because they're releasing a video game for Avatar,
Oh yeah, from Ubisoft.
and they've got the mobile game which has not released yet.
Wait, there's another mobile game?
There's a mobile game for it.
Yeah.
It's on my phone. You can't get it anymore because they pulled it off the App Store.
Oh,
Yeah.
who developed the mobile game?
It was a company called
Ubisoft.
Fox Next. Hang on.
Wait, they pulled it off the App Store.
What is it? Scopely, which was called
Kind
Fox
of like
Next.
what they did with Flappy Bird.
They pulled it off the App Store because clearly they wanted to release it alongside Avatar. But Avatar, the movie, they clearly wanted to do that, but it kept getting pushed back. So instead of releasing updates for it and just having the players who are in beta, which were promised, oh, you can keep all your progress, we've maxed everything already. So they've just pulled it off the store.
So they were trying, like Fox or whoever the partnership was trying to have the game release in full, go version 1
That's
from
what I
beta
think.
when the film was supposed to be coming out.
It would make sense. Or they'd release it just beforehand, so people go, oh, it's Avatar, and then play it and go, oh yeah, Avatar 2, wee 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 woo.
There's still no production status on
Status.
status on Avatar
I'm
5.
a scat man.
But yeah, Avatar 5 will be released. All of the kids that were born literally the year Avatar came out will be 18 when Avatar 5 comes out.
Fuck.
Isn't that just ridiculous? That's like the longest wait for a sequel ever. Like, only Star Wars waited 10 years. Like, okay, that's a bit long. Did you have to wait that long? Actually, no. No, Phantom Menace was quite a bit longer.
Jack, we have to get back on topic.
We are on topic.
We are on topic.
Movies that are not relevant to the current one.
Yeah, legit.
So I'm not a fan of Avatar. Tom is sort of a fan of Avatar.
Balun is a fan of Avatar.
Balun
I'm kind of biased because I've got the game.
Is a fan of Avatar.
Yeah.
Balun is worried about the sequel. Tom does not give a shit.
I'm worried about the sequel.
Oh, you're worried about the sequel, and Jack is so interested to see this mythological bloody thing.
We'll have to review it on the podcast when it comes out.
So long, so far away.
Our 1000th episode is what we'll do.
So far. It's not that many weeks away. It's probably 62 weeks away.
Yeah, whatever. And with that, I think that's all we have time for.
Well, that's all we have time for today.
What about the questions, Tom?
There were
I don't know. There was no I can ask you a question, Balun.
Okay.
Why are you so tall?
So when
A mummy and a daddy love each other very much.
Love each other very much. They make children,
Ah.
and the children share genetics from the parents. And my parents are not necessarily tall anymore because I exist.
They are tall.
They are tall.
Your parents are actually tall.
They are tall.
I've met both your parents. They're tall.
6 foot.
Yeah, your mum is like almost. Well, she's taller than me.
Your mum's a scat man.
Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo.
So both your parents are pretty tall. That's why you're so tall. For those that don't know, he almost has to duck to go through our front door.
Oh, I don't think I did.
Oh, you didn't?
No, because he's quite high.
We've got a door he doesn't have to duck under.
Our old house was pretty good because we had 3-meter ceilings.
Yeah.
So
Well, the new one house is better because they always have tall ceilings. And
Yeah.
always, the clothing still hasn't happened yet. Stuck with stuff that doesn't fit me.
yeah, because to get the length on something like pants, you have to buy like a really wide.
They get fat ass.
Yeah.
Nobody that fat's that tall.
Yeah. Well, I that's why I like brands like Levi's, where you can pick the waist size and the trouser length. You should go to Levi's.
I should.
Yeah, go Levi's. They're good.
But you're like an average.
Levi's, please
person,
sponsor us.
So I don't know if I can take your word for that.
Dude, Levi's are great. You'll love Levi's. Please sponsor us, Levi's.
Levi's sponsor, please.
Thank you. Tom, do you have a question for Balun?
You have a question for
Well, with that, we'll say goodbye.
We will, and thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
us.
so much, Balun.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us on another episode of Jack and Tom Save the World. Yeah, we will see you next week. Hope maybe with a new guest, maybe just the two of us.
Maybe just the two of us.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
You and I.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.